Some of my advice for people that are struggling in a week, or with maybe they're upset, or maybe they're not getting the right calls, or maybe something's not right, is to zoom out. I zoomed all the way out and looked at year-to-date pay and then divided it by my calls ran. I was like, man, I'm at like $1,400 every time I knock on a door. What I'm really after is to get somebody to accept that the minimum that they should spend on something like this is whatever your base system is in your market. Whatever your base system that you can offer, that's probably the least that somebody should spend on a quality system that's done right, that's going to stand behind the work, all that type of stuff, like our bronze package, whatever it is in your market. That should be what you should have the homeowner understand, is that's pretty much base level. And anything above that is features that you might want, whether you need it more quiet, or whether your utility bills are high, or whatever kind of warranty. Those are all things that now you're selling from here to here, and you're selling the difference between the two. You're not just selling a $30,000 package. You're getting someone like you to agree that, 20 should be like the least you should consider for just any base system. Now, if you're going to spend 20, does it make sense to spend 25 on something you're going to actually enjoy? Or doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so that's the difference, is getting someone to really see what that base looks like.
So has it been all unicorns and rainbows for Stephen along the way?
No. I've had years where I made a lot of money and was still fighting mental thoughts of this and that, and complaining, and calling managers and this and that. So no, it's not all butterflies and unicorns. And certainly the what about me, that's a real thing that we all have to deal with. And I would say some of my advice for people that are struggling in a week, or with maybe they're upset, or maybe they're not getting the right calls, or maybe something's not right, is to zoom out. Zoom out. I tell a lot of technicians that. Zoom out. Quit looking at the last 3 days. Great, I had a great week. Oh, I'm not even too flying high, It could have a few bad calls in a row. But when you've had 2, 3, 4 rough calls in a row, it seems like you're in this cauldron of doom, and it's like, oh, wait, my trailing 30 says I'm at 58% closing with a $20,000 average ticket. That's not bad. Or, I'll zoom out and look at 90 days. How did I do in December? Oh, I had a good December and February and November. So just zoom out a little at a time. I love trailing 30. It's one of my favorite trackers. But I'll sometimes zoom out 90 days, 60 days, 90 days. And that gives me more of a trend of how I'm doing. And I see a lot of really high performing technicians get caught up in the last 3 days or week. And I'm like, how'd you do the last 90 days? Oh, I crushed it. Oh, okay. So that's one of my tips is to zoom out. Zoom it out.
It's great.
Yeah.
I just want to make a comment there while you're...
Yeah.
Because that's such great advice. I was in Culture Day yesterday with the new cadets, just teaching them, or about 40 new team members that we've hired in the last 6 months. And one of the comments I made yesterday was very similar to what you just said, which is where your focus goes, your energy flows. So it's right in line with
totally
zoom out. So if I just focus on the 3 days, my energy is going to spin me negative. Yeah. But if I zoom out and I changing my focus,
it's like
my energy will flow positively.
It's surprising. It surprises me because I'm over here thinking I just not doing too good, And then I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Hang on a second. This looks good. Right? But to get to 60% closing, 4 out of 10 people said no. So it's this constant barrage of rejection that salespeople have to go through. And you have to get good at having a very short memory, resetting. I can take it personally because I took it personally, they rejected me. But at the same token, it's business. And I've always, looked at sales that way. I'm here to transact business. I'm here to collect revenue. Somebody's got to make a sale or nothing's going to happen. This is my duty. This is my part of this spoke. I'm a spoke in the wheel, but I'm the spoke that signing them up, But zoom out's a big one. And I zoomed out so far because I was going through it. I can't remember what was happening. Something stupid. It's usually something trivial, I think it was end of summer. And I couldn't get out of my head. I just was stuck. I zoomed all the way out and looked at year-to-date pay, total fee for services, year-to-date annual pay, and then divided it by my calls ran. And I was like, man, I'm at like $1,400 every time I knock on a door. And so I don't know if it was like rental properties or home warranties or something that was getting under my skin. And I'm like, who cares? Even if they don't answer the door and I make $1,400, just go over the calls, but that really helped me. Wow. I mean, it pulled me all the way out because I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out. I'm stuck. And it did. And I shared it in our little meeting group. Man, I don't think anybody really caught it, but I was like, I did it. I pulled myself out. And it was just zooming out. Look at, here's how much I make divided by the calls ran. It doesn't matter if they tell me no, tell me yes, sign up, have a home warranty. It doesn't matter. I'm making X if I go to the house.
Powerful.
Yeah. I mean, it's real. That's real data.
That's real.
It's real data. It's not pie in the sky data. That's what I got paid. This is how many calls I ran. And that's the proof in the pudding. I printed all that out and I put it right where I get ready. And I've got it all right there. Every call is a good call. Doesn't matter who set the lead, and it's just, that helps mindset. And they called my name out in a class once, but I wasn't there.
You became the number one salesperson in the company.
I was asked that in the lobby a little bit from one of the new cadets. How much time does this take? My answer was, probably a year.
I love the analogy that you get in and it feels like you're drinking water out of a fire hose.
Oh, gosh.